I created this level 1 account and I'm going to reach level 700 using the Buddha fruit. I just didn't expect to have a big problem with the fruit. I have already created our account and our first mission will be to get the Buddha fruit. Tried my luck spinning fruit, but unfortunately we only got a rocket. And now the only option left is to buy the permanent Buddha. But this is going to be very expensive. We will need to spend 1650 Robux just to get the fruit. But in the end, I hope it will be worth it. And we already got our Buddha, I just need to equip it. This is going to be easier than you think, because the Buddha already has the transformation. Leveling up only with the Buddha will be very complicated because its ability is not that good. So to make our journey easier, I will end up using the fighting style, and as we level up, I will also improve our fighting style. Our first mission will be to defeat E5 bandits from the starting island. We are so strong that the enemy can't even hit us, and our first mission has already been completed. To make our journey easier, I will end up using a WXP code. We can level up faster. And by finishing this enemy, we will already have enough level to go to the next island. In a short time, I already got enough level for us to face the boy. And since I am transformed, we will be able to defeat him with some ease. Just can't let him get too close, otherwise with one attack, he will defeat us. And somehow, he doesn't even get close to us. I knew I was strong, but not this strong. And with this last attack, we will finish him off and level up more than 3 levels at once. Now at level 30, we can level up on this next island, and this time we will defeat pirates. And the good thing is that they are very close to each other, and I won't have much difficulty defeating them. Took some time, but now we can face the boss of this island. Now it will be the battle of a swordsman against a fruit user, and I hope I am not defeated. And even though our fighting style is not that strong and he is attacking us, he doesn't deal much damage and we deal interesting damage to him, so that means our fruit is very powerful. And we have also gained enough levels to go to the next island. Our island is the desert island, and there isn't much to do here. We need to defeat some enemies and get out of here, because there is no boss or anything else to do. Arrived at the snow island, and here we will have many things to do. And the first thing will be for me to buy our armament haki, so we can deal more damage to the NPC and the boss. The next will be the double jump, and lastly would be the teleportation. But unfortunately, I don't have enough money. Now I don't have enough money for us to buy the last ability. I became poor, but our ability is very good because I can teleport anywhere. Now we are going to face the boss of the snow island, and he will be the Yeti. He works the same way as the Gorilla King, so it won't be that hard for us to defeat him. But of course I can't mess up, otherwise we will be defeated. Without him landing any hits, we will be able to defeat him. And probably I will keep switching safe doors to face him over and over again until I have enough level, go to the next island. Now let's level up at the Marine Fortress. And our Buddha fruit is also from an admiral. And a very strong admiral, by the way. Now we will face our first admiral. And this will be an interesting battle, because he is a swordsman with 3 swords, the Santoryu style. And even landing some hits, it's not enough to defeat us. And with just a few hits, we will already be able to successfully defeat him and level up more than 3 levels at once. We arrived in Skypia, and here I can buy my first fighting style. I just don't know if I have enough money, and it costs 500,000. Unfortunately, we won't be able to buy it now, so I will continue with the initial combat. I am trying to master our fruit, but the first ability we can unlock is at 100 mastery, and that will take a long time. Now let's level up on the prison island, and the good thing here is that we have 3 bosses to face. But before we start facing him, we need to gain enough levels by defeating these NPCs. So, our first boss here in the prison, and the good thing is that he doesn't use any abilities, so we will be able to defeat him without taking any hits. I ended up getting hit by him, but that's because I got too close. In a little while, we will be able to defeat him, and soon we will also have enough levels to face the next one. We can already face our next boss, but unfortunately, I only have 10 seconds to defeat him. And since I already know that I won't be able to defeat him in 10 seconds, I will use a new WXP code. It will give us 20 more minutes to defeat him. And just by clicking, I've already brought him down to half health. And after battling for a while longer, we defeated him as well, and the next boss has already spawned again. Now we have a high enough level to face the strongest boss of all, but unfortunately he is not spawned. I switched servers, and in this server, he is already spawned. We will be able to defeat him as well. But this one is a bit more complicated, and for this reason, I will end up using a bug to help us defeat him. He will stay on one side of the wall while I stay on the other side, and we will be able to attack him without him attacking us. The only problem is that when he uses a skill, the skill will end up hitting us. With a few attacks, we will be able to defeat him without him having defeated us. And this was indeed a good mission because we leveled up more than 4 levels at once. Enough money for us to buy the best fighting style of all, or one of the best, which would be the electric fighting style. It costs 500,000, but it is a very good and fast fighting style. Now that I have already gotten our first fighting style, we can go to the next island. And it will be here in the Colosseum, where we will be able to reach level 300 to go to the next island. In this volcano island, unlike the last island, we will have a boss to face. And another thing I had already forgotten is that I unlocked the first skill of our fighting style. We end up jumping and hitting our enemy afterwards. It's a good skill, but what really matters is our Buddha fruit. Now I have reached a sufficient level to face the boys. The big problem is that he uses the magma fruit, so any attack he hits us with will be enough to defeat us. And the second skill of our fighting style has already been unlocked. However, I don't know if I ended up hitting our enemy. And the boys was much easier than I imagined for us to defeat him. Probably because I am putting all the points into punches. We arrived at the underwater island, and here I will already be able to do the second mission because I kept defeating the boss several times. The worst part of defeating the enemy is that they are very far from each other. I reached a sufficient level to face the boss down here in the water. Let's face Lord Omen Fish. I don't think it will be that difficult. Only problem is that he has 2 lives. But in a short time, we already managed to go to the second life, and this last attack will be enough for us to defeat him. On this island, we can buy another fighting style that might be better than the electric fighting style. The only problem is that I won't have enough money to buy it, but as soon as I get 750,000, we will buy this fighting style. I gathered enough money, and now we can buy the best fighting style here in the first world. And it is good because there is no Kodal and we can keep attacking non-stop. Came here to the last island to unlock our first ability of the Buddha fruit. At first it was quite complicated, but now I can defeat the NPC very easily. We only need 5 more mastery to unlock our first ability. As soon as I defeat these 2 NPCs, I will unlock our first ability of the Buddha fruit. And to be honest, I don't remember how it works, and by using it, we jump on the enemy. I will use this ability a lot, but for movement, and not to attack the enemy, and we can go very far just by using this ability. I have already arrived in Scipia, completed my first mission, and soon we will go to Upper Scipia. Now at level 475, we can go to the next island and start the second mission. The best part of our fruit is that I don't need to put points into health since the enemy can't hit us and we can defeat them. Now at level 500, we can face the boss, and I have also unlocked our first fighting style ability. And since I have a lot of points in punch, we can defeat him very easily. And the most important thing when I am grinding is to always end up using the transformation, because our mission to go from level 1 to 700 using the fruit. I gained enough levels to come for the next mission, and here the NPCs are very far from each other. However, since I am using Buddha, this distance isn't that big. Now we are going to face Enel, a very strong boss, and this one will indeed be difficult for us to defeat, because he uses some abilities that don't require him to be close to hit us. In fact, his ability reaches from very far away. So my idea here, to defeat him as quickly as possible, so he can't use his ability, and we really did it. I even managed to level up 4 times at once. I arrived at the last island. This time I will be able to complete the first mission and keep leveling up. Now we are going to face the strongest boss here in the first world. And since I am using Buddha with several points in punch, we will defeat him easily. The big problem is that when he hits us, defeats us with a single attack. But this time I won't be defeated. I will give my all to defeat him. I hope he doesn't use any abilities. Hey, we managed to defeat him, but it's still not enough for us to reach level 700. As soon as I defeat this enemy, we will have enough levels to go to the second world, and we reach level 700. Now I will need to complete a mission, but the most important part, which was to reach level 700, we have already achieved, and Buddha is a very good fruit for us to level up, so this mission was very easy. And when we go to the second world, it will be even easier, because we will awaken our fruit. To go to the second world, I need to complete a mission, and the first part of the mission is to talk to this soldier here in the prison. By talking to him, we will receive this key, and this key opens this door here. And here inside we will find this boss that we will need to defeat. The only problem is that if we are defeated, his health resets. But in this case, I managed to defeat him very easily. Now you just need to skip this conversation. Now we just need to go back to the prison and talk to the soldier again, and our second world will be unlocked. By talking to this big guy, we will be teleported.